What is up, guys? I'm Mike from Caliber Gaming, and today I'm going to show you 3 things that I wish I knew before I started my gaming channel on YouTube. Let's go. Real quick before I get into the video, I just want to talk a little bit about my background so you guys don't think that you're getting information from someone who just really doesn't know what they're doing. I started the Militia Gaming Community gaming channel that's centered around arcade racing about 3 years ago. I started with Need for Speed Heat, I went into other games, and then I ended up back at Need for Speed. So that gaming channel has over 150,000 subscribers, 29 million views, and 1.7 million hours of watch time on it. I've got several videos with over 1 million views, and the channel is thriving and doing really well. The foundation of that channel is actually helping people get better at racing games, particularly Need for Speed. But what I want to do is actually show people how to get better at creating content so that they can make a career out of content creation. And that's what this channel is all about. I get tons of questions every single week on how to do something on YouTube. It has zero to do with my content, but because my DMs are open to literally everybody, and that counts for any of you guys that are watching here, I get questions all the time about thumbnails and titles and all kinds of different things regarding YouTube. And so I thought, why don't I just start a whole new channel and talk about my experience as a content creator and just take everybody through the process of doing that, and hopefully I can help some of you guys do that. So I know that's a long intro, but this is my first video on this channel and I just wanted to give you a little bit of background. All right, let's get into it. There are 3 things that I really wish I knew when I started, and those are the 3 things that you need to do before you ever start your channel, before you even think about what your channel's name is or the branding on your channel. You just need to think about these 3 things first, and those 3 things are: number 1, controlling your expectations. Number 2, you need to be able to select the correct game that you're going to be making content for. And number 3, you need to choose the correct content path. Now I'll get into each of these subjects individually, but let's go ahead and start with controlling your expectations. This is a big one. I had huge expectations for my channel, and it really let me down about 2 months in because I really wasn't getting the views that I wanted. Just know something. It's hard. Making content is not easy. I know a lot of people want to glorify it and say how easy it is, and they sit back and they just play video games for a living. That's not how it works. This is a hard job. Now, if you love to do it, it doesn't feel hard once you get going. But to get this train moving, it takes a lot of work and a lot of effort. So just know that it is hard to do. Also, you need to understand the process. First of all, you don't know what you're doing. Second of all, YouTube doesn't know what you're doing. So when you have 2 parties that don't know what you're doing, how do you expect to be able to serve a video that people actually want to watch to the correct people? Well, YouTube doesn't know how to do it, and your content doesn't know what it's doing either, because you just started, and that's okay. You're gonna get better at creating content, and when you do, then you'll be producing something that people actually want to watch. And by that time, YouTube is gonna understand exactly what your content is and be able to serve it exactly to the right people, and thus getting you more views. Now, everything changes again when you get monetized, because YouTube on monetized content can flash more ads and understands that you are creating good content and you have an audience present. And the last thing that you can do to control your expectations is don't compare your stats with another creator in your space. This is literally the worst thing you can do. It really demoralizes people, and I did it a lot when I started, and I really wish I didn't, because it set me back. It made me feel like what I was doing was not right and that I had no chance of success. I would take a video that I made that I thought was good, and I would compare it to a content creator who's been doing it for years and think, oh, my video is better than theirs. Why am I not getting the views? This is rigged. It's not working correctly. But that's not the truth. The truth is your content isn't good yet. And you have to understand that this whole thing is a process. Like I said earlier, you have to get good at it, and YouTube has to get good at serving your content. Well, until those 2 things happen, you've got a struggle ahead of you. Now, you can get lucky. There is something that happens every once in a while where a video just pops. It goes viral, it's a great video, or it has a great thumbnail and title, and people end up watching through it. And so YouTube figures out that they can serve it to the right audience, and it's sort of like luck on both sides. But I don't want you to count on that, because that really doesn't happen that often. What happens more often than not is someone grinds out content for like a year or 2 years, and then it finally starts to take off. I can show you my content growth on a graph. We'll put it on screen. It is like little, and then all of a sudden it goes up. And that's generally how it goes. You do as much work as you can to establish a nice base of subscribers, and then your content views start to rise. And that's exactly what happened to me. So just keep in mind, it's hard. This thing is a process that you're gonna have to live with, and don't compare your stats to someone else's. All right, moving on to the second point, and that is selecting the correct game. Now there's two criteria for what I would call the correct game. So my suggestion is to know the game that you wanna make content on and really enjoy playing it. The other thing you need to do in order to select the correct game is to do your research. You need to scope out your competition. You need to take the top 5 content creators in the space that you want to make content in and look at what they're doing, and then do it either better or do something completely different. You need to find a space where the content will fit and it gives a reason to the audience to actually watch your content. So my suggestion is do something different or do something better. And the last thing that I'll talk about, the third thing that I really wish I knew before I started my channel, is that I should have chosen a content path. And what I mean by that is the type of content that you make. It needs to be either entertainment or informative or both. Now, if you go the entertainment route, it's super subjective. And what is entertaining to you might not be entertaining to anybody else. This is a very difficult path to go down, but if you can pull it off, entertainment content gets a ton of views. I strongly recommend going the information route or the informative route. This route is a little bit easier, but it does not yield fast results. This is something that you'll have to grind out. That being said, teaching people how to play a game is called evergreen content. It's content that can live on forever and ever as long as people are playing the game. I have videos from 3 years ago that I'm still making money on right now. It's pretty amazing, and that's really the good thing about YouTube, and that's why I recommend the informative way, because it'll start slow, but you'll build a foundation, a catalog of videos that are on your channel that you can make money on down the road. Once you get monetized, your entire video collection will get monetized. So just keep that in mind. I strongly recommend the informative route. Now you can try to make content that is both entertaining and informative. And if you can do that, that's the fastest way to grow on YouTube, because you're giving someone value with your information, but you're also entertaining them and keeping them watching the video. So that's really what YouTube wants. YouTube wants people to click on the video and watch the whole thing. If you can do that, then more people will watch your video, YouTube will push it out to more people, and you'll get subscribers way faster than you ever imagined. But that type of content is so hard to do. I mean, I still struggle with this, I'll be honest. My content is largely informative to this day, and I've been making content for over 3 years, and I've got a very successful channel, so it's not something that I even went to. I didn't even try to go down the entertainment path because I knew what my lane was. I knew that I could analyze racing games and try to help people get better at it, and I really appreciated the feedback that I got when I started making content like that. So my suggestion is to go down that route. However, entertainment and a combination of both is definitely not out of the question. What I suggest strongly though is to just pick one of these lanes and really give it a go before you end up switching around. All right, and before I go, I want you guys to know that my DMs, my direct messages, are open on all platforms. They're open to everybody. You can send me a message. I literally read every single message that comes my way. It doesn't matter what channel it's on. If you have a question about this piece of content or anything else about YouTube, you're welcome to ask me directly in a message and I will get back to you. Keep in mind, it's not the fastest thing. I'm not going to get back to you right away, but I will do my best to give you an answer to your question. And that's one of the pillars of my content on both channels. I want my DMs open so that I can help you guys. So don't be afraid to send me questions. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and Discord, and links to those are all in the description of this video. All right, hopefully this video has helped you start your journey of becoming a gaming YouTuber. I really appreciate you guys watching. I will catch you on the next one. Either it be informative, educational, wait, what? You have to add some comedy to your, all right. Hopefully I was able to, and I will catch you on the next one. I'm out. I don't like I'm out. It doesn't work when I'm on screen. And it doesn't work when I don't say trigger out.